I first call upon Dev Kumar, Mandir Marg branch. He secured the first position in class 10 in all the 7 branches of DTEA. Next I call upon Lucky from DTEA Pusa Road, who's got 100 out of 100 in accounts in class 12. He secured 100 marks, 100% in accounts in class 12. He is from DTEA Pusa Road. Now we have Priyanshi Sharma from DTEA R.K. Puram, who secured the first position in commerce in class 12. DTEA R.K. Puram, first position in commerce in class 12. She is first in all the 7 schools, sir. Now I call upon Pratibha S. of DTEA R.K. Puram, who got the first position in science stream in all the 7 schools and also 100% in chemistry. Pratibha, R.K. Puram, first position in science and 100 out of 100 in chemistry in class 12. Now I have P. Anantalakshmi from DTEA LB Nagar, who secured first position in arts in class 12. Anantalakshmi, LB Nagar, first position in arts in class 12. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It is my honor to request the Honourable Governor, R.N.Ravi ji, to address the gathering, sir.
மேடையுள்ள மரியாதைக்குரியவர்கள் திரு டாக்டர் விஜய் சந்தோஷம் அவர்களே, திரு ராஜு அவர்களே, திரு எம் சூரிய நாராயணன் அவர்களே, திருமதி சித்ரா ராதாகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்களே, இங்கே கூட்டியிருக்க மரியாதைக்குரியவர்களே, டீச்சர்ஸ்வா, மாணவ மாணவிகள் அவர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். இந்த விழாவில் பங்கெடுப்பதில் நான் மிகவும் மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகிறேன். I am happy because I am meeting the young students who are the future of our country. I am meeting the teachers who are shaping the future of our country. And I am at a function organized by an institution, Delhi Tamil Education Association, which is 100 years old. It's 100 years is a long journey. And above all, I am here to unveil the statue of a great saint, Thiruvalluvar. First of all, I wish the DTEA, which has been doing such a commendable work for 100 years, its story has been a story of growth, a stories of gaining new and new heights of glory, of achievement. I wish this institution the very best. I wish them to grow, continue growing over the years endlessly. I am told about several thousand students, more than 7,000 students are beneficiary of this institution. They are in the all walks of life. They are in the all walks of society. And the ones sitting here and their classmates who didn't happen to come here, they are our future. Friends, when I was told that I am coming to unveil the statue of our great saint Thiruvalluvar, I thought I would share something about this great saint, who is a very bright sun in the galaxy of the saints and sages of India, ancient India, who gave us the Thirukkural, which is the fountain of wisdom. Unfortunately, what I have noticed is that Thirukkural has been reduced to a book of a code of ethics and morality. I think, of course, codes of conduct and morality are there in this every Kural. But Thirukkural is much, much more than that. It is a scripture, it is a dharma granth. When we see the very first Kural, which a student recited, Agar mudal erdil lam adi bhagavan mudetra ulaga. Now look at what does it say? And the 10 subsequent Kurals, all is a devotion, bhakti to that Adi Bhagavan. Now Adi Bhagavan is a word, expression, which is understood in all the Indian languages. It is a Tamil expression, but it is understood in Malayalam, Kannada, Marathi, Bengali, Gujarati, Punjabi, Assamese. The moment you say Adi Bhagavan is understood who that Adi Bhagavan is. That Adi Bhagavan, which is mentioned in the Rig Veda, at the beginning was Adi Bhagavan, and he created the world. The entire creation is creation. At the beginning was Adi Bhagavan, and Adi Bhagavan created this entire creation and is present in the entire creation. And this is precisely what our great Thiruvalluvar said when he says, Agar mudal erdil lam Adi Bhagavan mudetra ulaga. And he put it in a language intelligible to a common folk. As the alphabet, as the letters of the alphabet constitute the essence of all the speech and writing, we cannot write, we cannot speak anything, any word, if we are not mindful of the alphabet. It is alphabet which was the beginning of all the writing and speeches. And it is the alphabet that is in every word of a spoken word or written word. Adi Bhagavan was at the beginning and he is present in the entire creation. Now look at its translation. The first translation of this was in English was done by G.U. Pope. And when I went as a governor of Tamil Nadu, I have received dozens of Thirukkurals. And a large number of them have been the translation given by G.U. Pope. When I read this G.U. Pope translation, He Adi Bhagavan, he translates as a primal deity. Primal deity, you all know, primal deity is in a primitive society. When people are afraid of the elements, they have a deity, primal deity. The words are very powerful. Adi Bhagavan is much more than primal deity. It is not a deity of a primitive society. It is Adi Bhagavan is the one, the creator of the world, which is a product of high spiritual and intellectual evolution. But G.U. Pope did a great disservice, and I'm afraid I wonder how our people carry on with G.U. Pope translation. He has de-spiritualized the entire Thirukkural. He had taken the spiritual element out of it. You know, by the way, I take this opportunity to introduce you who was G.U. Pope. G.U. Pope was a missionary. He was a member of SPG, Society for Promotion of Gospel. And in 1813, British Parliament had passed an act called India Charter Act, 1813. And in that India Charter Act, East India Company was mandated by directive of the Parliament to evangelize India. To spread gospel in India. And G.U. Pope was a volunteer of SPG who came to India, learned the language Tamil and translated, taking the soul of it away. If you look at the translation of G.U. Pope, it is like a dead body in a forensic laboratory. In a forensic laboratory, we have the body. Every part of the body is there, but the soul is missing. And if the soul is missing, there is no body. This is what he did. When I read some Tamil scholars who have done the translation, I feel so happy. Some Tamil scholars have done justice to it, but not those who follow what G.U. Pope did. Thiruvalluvar was a great saint. He was a spiritual being. He was a highly evolved spiritual person. And he was in the, as I say, the brightest, one of the brightest suns in the galaxy of our ancient sages. Our Tamil literature is so rich. Our Tamil language is perhaps the oldest living language in the world. And look at its literature. If you look at the Sangam period literature, how profound, be it Tolkapiyam, Silpadikaram, Manimekhalai, Punararuru, galaxy. Not only that, you go even earlier. The great Siddhar, Tirumular, his Tirumandiram. Tirumular is general understanding is, though his actual date is not very clear, but people say he was 3,000 years before the Common Era, means 5,000 years before. Tirumular, in his 3,000 verses on yoga, in his treatise Tirumandiram, he tells all about the spirituality and the yoga that leads to it. All the Ashtanga yoga is so beautifully described. All these yogis, Patanjali and all, were in the tradition of Tirumular. Tamil language and Tamil literature is far, far ancient and far, far richer than people have understood it and what the Western people have tried to explain it. One day, a gentleman, I won't like to name him, he came and presented. In Tamil Nadu, there is a very good tradition that when people meet you, they offer you a book. Wonderful tradition. I wish this should be followed in the rest of the country also. The gentleman gave me a copy of Tolkapiyam. It's Tolkapiyam, Tamil, and its English translation. English translation done by the Center of Classical Tamil Studies. It so happened that I had read this Tolkapiyam, the English translation of it. The very preface, Tolkapiya is the author of Tolkapiyam. We all know that. In the very preface, Tolkapiya writes that having compiled Tolkapiyam, this book, by extensively traveling through the entire Tamil-speaking area, reading the written words, listening to the spoken words, literary words, colloquial words, folklore, after detailed study of the entire Tamil literature firmament, he compiled this book. And after that, he went to the Pandyan Darbar. And Pandyan Darbar, he presented this book to an assembly of scholars. At the head of that assembly was a great scholar, Atankot Ashan. Tolkapiya writes about Atankot Ashan. Aram karai navin, nan marai mutriye, Atankot Ashan. Atankot Ashan, who is profound scholar of all the four Vedas, and from whose mouth only dharma comes. This was a compliment given by Tolkapiya to Atankot Ashan. When he presented the book to the assembly of scholars in the Pandyan Darbar to Atankot Ashan, as told by Tolkapiya himself, was a profound scholar of all the four Vedas. Now, attempts have been made to distort the literature, distort the history, and create a narrative. Of course, the colonial rulers had an objective, because when the British Parliament had made the act that the East India Company responsibility was to evangelize India, and when they had sent the horde of missionaries, including Jew Pope, they had a mission to accomplish. They projected everything in India as if it was just a material, primitive society. That is not the case. It is a highly, highly evolved society. And I would urge upon, I do that, all this, our scholars, all our young people, to have inquiring mind. Young minds are brilliant. I always believe that the younger generation is far more intelligent than the older generation. They are far, far more brighter, far, far more intelligent. I urge you all to read these books with your own mind, not the minds given by these people who have distorted the history. Read it carefully, or read it with a scientific bent of mind, and try to understand the essence of it, the soul of it. When you get the soul of it, you enjoy the beauty of it. And then you enjoy how great Tamil literature has been, and how great Tamil culture has been, and how eternal Tamil spirituality has been. Without that, mere rote learning, memorizing and explaining as if it is just a code of conduct, code of ethics and morality, it is being highly unfair to great Saint Thiruvalluvar. Read, the first 10 Kurals is a bhakti, devotion, total samarpan to the Adi Bhagavan. When you read the 10 Kural of Thirukkural, first 10 Kural, you get a sense what is written in Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharma paritajya mamekam saranam braja aham te swarupapebhya mokshayishyami masucha. Surrender to the God, and the God takes care of everything. It is that. It has renunciation. It has duty. it is a complete scripture. And I would urge the scholars, Tamil scholars, to do a justice to it. Don't get carried away by what the colonial translators have done, because they have done with an objective. And unfortunately, subsequently, because of some mischievous political interest, the spirituality has been removed from it. You cannot appreciate Thirukkural, you cannot appreciate Tamil literature, ancient literature, if you strip it of spirituality. That will be like studying a dead body on the table of a forensic doctor, which doesn't have the soul, it has only the body. No, that's not the way. I think that would be my appeal, that would be my message, that would be my request to the scholars and to the young, brilliant future of India. My dear friends, my dearest young friends, students, you have a future to conquer. You know, you might have heard, your teacher might have told you, you might have read it. India has entered into the Amrit Kal. 25 years of building the nation, rejuvenation of this nation. That by the time we complete this quarter century of 25 years, and we are 2047, when we complete 100 years of independence, India must be at the top of the world leadership. And that will be done by you. This is your quarter century. You grow big. You grow big in your field which you wish to do. Growth of India, the development of India lies in development of each one of you. Each one of you, my appeal to all of you is dream big. As a student at your age, I used to dream of going to the stars. I wanted to be an astrophysicist. I am a physics student. I did my master's in physics. Destiny happened and I landed in administration. Doesn't matter. Dream big. If you dream, it will be as big as your dream. If your dreams are small, you will become small. You will not grow. If your dreams are large and you work hard to fulfill the dream, you will achieve it come what may. Whatever be the difficulties, you will be able to fulfill your dream if you put your hard work behind it. So dream large, dream big, work hard, and never ever lose your self-confidence. I was a village student. During your age, I used to walk 8 kilometers to my school. And in that 8 kilometer, nearly 3.5 kilometers used to be waterlogged. I used to lift my pant and put my sandal chappal in my hand and walk through the knee-deep water to go to my school. Today things are much, much better. If you have a setback, suppose if you dream big and in the process you don't succeed once, don't get disheartened. We have all failed. I have failed many times. Only difference is I never allowed my failure to defeat me. You don't allow your failure to defeat you. Pursue your dream with a strength, determination, hard work, and you are the future. You can be great scientists, doctors, engineers, entrepreneurs, industrialists, innovators, researchers. You can be what not. Each one of you are like, I always say, you are like the seed of a banyan tree. You have seen the seed of a banyan tree? It is like a mustard. It is a very small, tiny particle. But in that seed is hidden the huge banyan tree. You all have the potential to grow into a large banyan tree. You must grow to that. And there lies your future. There lies the happiness of your family, your friends, your society, and there lies the well-being of India, Bharat. This is how this country will be big, with your effort. I wish you all the best in all the days to come. God bless you all. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Nandri.
Thank you very much, sir. What an electrifying speech, what an inspiring speech, sir. And we bow down, each one of us, to the knowledge that you have and the insight that you have given to us regarding the spirituality, the value of Thiruvalluvar, the Thirukkurals, which have been of such an invaluable, it has been so invaluable, still we have not realized its intensity. It's, like you said, we have to touch the soul. Now it's, when people who don't know much about it have translated it and have given it to us on a platter, we read it. I think each and every child, now I would request all the Tamil teachers to take this advice of yours, look into the Thirukkural in a manner that will show us the soul of it and get into the ancient history and the literature of Tamil. Sir, thank you so much for showing us the path. And I would also like to thank you for appreciating small things, smallest things. The students, the teachers, the management, and all of us, thank you so much, so very much, sir. And last but not the least, I would just like to make a mention of Adi Bhagavan that you gave an insight of. We would all go into it and we'll really remember you for this, sir, always in our lives. May I request Mrs. Meena Sani, Principal DTEA Lakshmibai Nagar, to propose the vote of thanks. A very pleasant surprise to all of us. We have with us Mrs. Lakshmi Ravi. May I request ma'am to please come upon stage. It's such a pleasant surprise to have you here this morning. She is Mrs. Ravi. And we are so thankful that you have made it possible to come to our occasion, to make it better, to make us feel more important. Children, please give a big hand. Mrs. Lakshmi Ravi is here with us. May I request Mrs. Meena Sani, Senior Principal, DTEA Lakshmibai Nagar, to honor Mrs. Lakshmi Ravi with a traditional lamp. Thank you so much, ma'am. May I request Mrs. Meena Sani, Principal DTEA Lakshmibai Nagar, to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here on this special occasion. It is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks today on this special and historic occasion when a new page has been added to the history of this, going to be 100, that is 99 years old we are now, educational institution. On behalf of the DTEA family, I express gratitude to the chief guest of the day, Shri R.N.Ravi, Honourable Governor of Tamil Nadu, who is known for his target-oriented approach. Thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time from your busy schedule and unveiling the statue of the great saint Thiruvalluvar, whose contribution to the rich Tamil literature does not need any description. Thank you once again, sir. I also express my heartfelt thanks and appreciation for the efforts of Shri V.G. Santosham, Chairman,